Let me ask you something that most people are too afraid to ask themselves. What if you're already losing money right now and you don't even know it? Not because of some massive, obvious mistake. Not because you blew your paycheck at the casino or put your life savings into a meme coin. I'm talking about the quiet mistakes. The ones that happen in the background, silently, every single month, compounding against you while you go about your life thinking everything's fine. The average American thinks they're doing okay financially, but the data tells a completely different story. According to the Federal Reserve, nearly 40% of Americans couldn't cover a $400 emergency without borrowing money or selling something. And the median retirement savings for someone in their 40s? Under $100,000. That's not enough to retire on. Not even close. Here's the brutal truth. Financial mistakes aren't always dramatic. They're usually boring. They're auto payments, ignored tax forms, and lifestyle upgrades that felt completely reasonable at the time. And they bleed you dry, slowly, over years and decades. Today, I'm going to walk you through the 6 biggest financial mistakes that are quietly destroying wealth. And more importantly, I'm going to give you a concrete 3-step roadmap to fix them starting today. No fluff. Let's get into it. Here's the thing about the United States. It is simultaneously the greatest wealth-building environment on the planet, and one of the most financially dangerous places to live if you don't know the rules. We have access to 401ks, Roth IRAs, HSAs, index funds, and a tax code so complex that the people who understand it can legally pay almost nothing while building generational wealth. But that same system, it's engineered to extract money from people who don't understand it. Financial literacy isn't just a nice-to-have skill in America. It is leverage. It's the difference between working until you're 70 because you have to, or having real options by the time you're 45. And the tragic part is that most of us were never taught this in school. So let's fix that. Let's start with the most common wealth killer in America: consumer debt. I'm not talking about a mortgage. I'm talking about credit card balances, store financing, and the shiny new trap that's exploding right now: buy now, pay later, or BNPL. Here's the math that nobody talks about. The average credit card interest rate in the US right now is sitting above 20% APR. 20%. The S&P 500 has historically returned about 10% annually. That means if you're carrying a credit card balance, you are mathematically losing the investment game before you even start. You'd need to find an investment consistently returning 20% plus just to break even on that debt. And BNPL? It feels harmless. 4 easy payments of $37.50. But what BNPL actually does is destroy your ability to track your true spending. When you have 5 different BNPL plans running simultaneously, which millions of Gen Z consumers do right now, you've created a financial blind spot so large that you can be technically broke while your closet is full. The fix starts with brutal honesty. Pull your credit card statements. Know your balances. Know your APR. If your FICO score is above 700, call your card issuer and negotiate a lower rate. Most people don't know that's even an option. And if you're holding high-interest debt, attack it with either the avalanche method, which is highest interest first, or the snowball method, which is smallest balance first for psychological momentum. Either one beats doing nothing. You get a raise. Congrats. So you upgrade your apartment, upgrade your car, start eating out more. Your wardrobe gets better. And somehow, despite earning more than you ever have, you're saving the exact same percentage you were before. This is lifestyle creep. And it is insidious precisely because it feels like you're just enjoying the fruits of your hard work. You deserve it, right? Maybe. But here's the trap. When your expenses automatically expand to match your income, you're on what economists call a hedonic treadmill. You keep running. You never actually get ahead. Statistically, most Americans receive a meaningful raise, and within 12 months, their expenses have absorbed the entire difference. The antidote is what I call the 50% rule. Every time you get a raise or a windfall, commit to directing at least 50% of the increase directly to savings or investments before it ever touches your lifestyle. You still enjoy the upgrade. You still feel the progress. But you're also building actual net worth, not just a more expensive lifestyle. This is how people earning $60,000 a year build wealth, while people earning $200,000 a year are somehow still living paycheck to paycheck. It's not about how much you earn. It's about the gap between what you earn and what you spend. This one is the financial vulnerability no one wants to talk about. Without an emergency fund, you are one bad month away from going into debt, even if you're otherwise doing everything right. Think about it. No emergency fund means a $1,200 car repair goes straight onto a credit card at 22% APR. A medical bill becomes a debt spiral. A job loss becomes a panic-driven decision to pull from your 401k early, triggering a 10% penalty plus income taxes on the withdrawal. The standard recommendation is 3 to 6 months of essential expenses in a high-yield savings account, not your checking account, not under your mattress. Right now, high-yield savings accounts are offering rates well above 4% APY. You should be earning something on your safety net. If you're starting from zero, begin with a $1,000 micro emergency fund as your first milestone. Then build from there. Even $50 a week gets you to $20,600 in a year. It's not glamorous, but it's the foundation that keeps every other financial strategy from collapsing under pressure. This is the mistake that genuinely makes me the most frustrated, because it's entirely avoidable, and the government has literally built the solution into the tax code. If you are not maximizing your 401k up to your employer match, you are leaving free money on the table. Full stop. An employer match is an instant 50% to 100% return on that contribution. No investment in the world consistently offers that. Beyond the match, are you using a Roth IRA? If you're in your 20s or early 30s and your income qualifies, a Roth IRA is one of the most powerful tools available. You contribute after-tax dollars now, and every single dollar of growth, every dividend, every capital gain comes out completely tax-free in retirement. On a 30-year timeline, that tax-free compounding is worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. And if you're on a high-deductible health plan, are you funding your HSA? An HSA is the only triple tax advantaged account in the U.S. tax code. Contributions are pre-tax. Growth is tax-free. Withdrawals for medical expenses are tax-free. You can invest your HSA balance in index funds and let it grow for decades. Many financial planners call it a stealth retirement account. The bottom line? Use every tax-advantaged account available to you before you invest a single dollar in a taxable brokerage account. The math almost always favors it. Let me paint you a picture. It's early 2021. Everyone on social media is talking about this one stock. Or maybe it's crypto. Your coworker made 300% in 3 months. You feel the pull. You buy in near the top. Then the crash comes. You panic sell. You lock in a 40% loss. This is FOMO investing. And it has destroyed more wealth than any market crash in history, because the market always recovers. Emotional investors don't always recover with it. Here's a stat that should permanently change how you think about panic selling. Missing just the 10 best trading days in the S&P 500 over the past 20 years cuts your returns nearly in half. And those best days? They almost always happen right in the middle of the worst panic, right when everyone is selling. The solution is almost embarrassingly simple. Automate your investments into low-cost index funds, set a schedule, and do not check your portfolio every day. Boring beats brilliant in long-term investing. Dollar-cost averaging through market volatility is not a weakness. It's a statistically proven strategy. Young people consistently underinsure themselves. Term life insurance, disability insurance, renter's insurance. These feel like abstract, unnecessary expenses when you're 25 and healthy. Until they're not. Disability insurance alone is one of the most overlooked financial products in America. You are statistically far more likely to experience a long-term disability before age 65 than to die before 65. Yet most people have robust life insurance conversations and have never once mentioned disability insurance. The rule is simple. Insure against financial catastrophe, not inconvenience. Get term life insurance if you have dependents. Get renters or homeowners insurance, always. And seriously look into disability coverage, especially if your employer doesn't provide it. All right, here's your 3-step reset plan. Do these in order. Step 1, run a financial audit this week. Pull every account, every debt balance, every interest rate, every monthly subscription. You cannot fix what you cannot see. Get a clear, honest picture of your current net worth, assets minus liabilities. Write it down. Step 2, build your foundation before you build wealth. That means emergency fund first, then attack high-interest debt, then maximize tax-advantaged accounts in this order. 401k to the match. Then HSA if eligible, then max your Roth IRA, then back to your 401k. Only after those are optimized should you invest in a taxable brokerage. Step 3, automate everything and make the default decision the right one. Automate your savings transfer the day your paycheck hits. Automate your index fund contributions. Set your 401k contribution in your HR portal and leave it. The goal is to remove willpower from the equation entirely. Systems beat motivation every single time. Here's what I want you to take away from today. Financial mistakes are rarely dramatic. They're quiet. They're default settings in a system that profits when you stay financially uninformed. But now you know what to look for. Consumer debt charging you 20%, while the market returns 10%. Lifestyle creep expanding to absorb every raise. No emergency fund, leaving you one bad month from a debt spiral. Tax-advantaged accounts sitting unused while you pay taxes you didn't have to. Emotional decisions costing you the best market days. And insurance gaps, leaving your entire financial life exposed. The good news? Every single one of these is fixable. Not someday. Not when you earn more. Starting this week with the income you already have. Financial freedom in America isn't about luck. It isn't about picking the right stock or timing the market. It's about knowing the rules and playing by them, consistently, patiently, and without letting emotion or inertia make decisions for you. You've just taken the first step. If this video gave you even one insight that's going to change how you handle your money, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button right now. I put out new content every week, breaking down personal finance, investing, and the US economy in ways that actually make sense. And seriously, hit the notification bell. These videos go deep, and I don't want you to miss a single one. Because in this economy, staying informed is the strategy. I'll see you in the next one.